Hey Mo, today I am defending Wormy, my favorite classic SpongeBob episode. Also, Alaska Fish t-shirt. Anyways, I'm going to be explaining why this is the most overhated seasons 1 through 3 SpongeBob episode. This review has spoilers in it. My favorite pre-movie classic SpongeBob episode. At least when I was a kid, it was my favorite one. This is the one I would go back to rewatch the most. I'm going to be going over the plot, why this is the most overhated SpongeBob pre-movie episode, and why I like it. I do this thing whenever there's a reflection of me, I just keep looking. I can't stop. I haven't watched every single episode of SpongeBob, by the way. I dropped off after season 9. Plot synopsis. Sandy has all of these exotic pets. She is leaving, so SpongeBob and Patrick are going to be pet sitting. One of her pets is a caterpillar named Wormy. SpongeBob and Patrick don't get butterflies explained to them at all by Sandy. When Sandy leaves, they befriend Wormy. There's a That's What Friends Do musical montage. They play hide and seek with Wormy. They don't really do that much because it's just a caterpillar. But then, overnight, after Patrick and SpongeBob leave, Wormy transforms into a monarch butterfly. Metamorphosis. So when SpongeBob and Patrick come back, they think that this butterfly, this horrific monster, ate Wormy. That is their conclusion. So they're just terrified. They're trying to run away. Eventually they decide to capture the butterfly to get it out of Sandy's tree dome. That leads to SpongeBob capturing the butterfly in a bubble. The butterfly leaves the tree dome and terrorizes the city, starting with the Krusty Krab. At first, Squidward and Mr. Krabs aren't scared of the butterfly. They don't really get what Patrick and SpongeBob are talking about, warning them about, crying about Wormy. Squidward and Mr. Krabs just don't get why they're so afraid of the butterfly until they look at it really close, and then they just run away. And that makes SpongeBob and Patrick think that the butterfly not only ate Wormy, but also Mr. Krabs and Squidward. So yeah, they get really terrified. They decide to spread mass hysteria warning the town, all Bikini Bottom, about the butterfly. A little bit of an apocalypse happens, and that's why I thought this episode was really funny. You get the news reporter scene, a lot of chaos going on. But eventually, Sandy comes back, she captures the butterfly in a jar, says, oh, there's Wormy, and then, yeah, the episode ends. So why do people hate this episode so much? There are 2 reasons, pretty clear. Bear in mind, this is a children's show, so there are children watching this show. The number 1 issue with the episode, baby's first jump scare. There's a jump scare of Wormy throughout the episode. It isn't actually a picture of a monarch butterfly's face. It's a zoom in of a horsefly's face, with a little buzzing sound effect, and that is a little jump scare throughout the episode. I can't lie, it's not that scary of a jump scare, but if it's your baby's first jump scare, it's gonna be pretty scary, I guess. And that is why so many kids are terrified of butterflies because of this episode. They didn't like the jump scare. The second reason for hating the episode, genuinely believing, just as SpongeBob and Patrick, that the butterfly ate Wormy, killed Wormy, Mr. Krabs, and Squidward. Obviously, that didn't actually happen, but if you're like 2 years old, I can't blame you for that. So the reasons why I like the episode, number 1, the comedy. The comedy just really landed with me. This isn't like the best in the series, jokes-wise. The most common number 1 for that is Chocolate Nuts, which is completely insane number of jokes in an 11-minute time span. But Wormy, pretty normal number of jokes, but I happen to really like them. What I really like is when stuff explodes randomly. Cartoon chaos, cartoon destruction. A couple of my favorite SpongeBob scenes are gonna go with the scene of jellyfishing where Squidward goes down the hill and he crashes. I guess Fred getting tossed out of the restaurant that one time. Favorite post-movie scene of all time, to give frame of reference here. When Plankton is breaking into a safe, he goes, molecule by molecule, atom by atom. Those 4 through 17 seasons that I haven't watched every episode of, I know that one scene from season 7 is the best one. Oh, also when this was my favorite episode, I used to watch Happy Tree Friends. That may be why I wasn't very scared by it. I'm not used to looking at myself on a camera. I am posting this on Curtis's birthday. It is her 5th birthday. She likes sparkly things. Wish Curtis a happy birthday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Only subscribe if you want to watch gaming videos because that is the main thing I post here. This is a gaming channel. This is a gaming YouTuber critiquing professionally written comedy. But I don't normally do that. This is a gaming channel. We go over some joke highlights. course, this episode has the iconic secret entrance to the Krusty Krab, where it's just a bolt with a door on. Some of my favorite jokes. Another one, I don't speak Italian. Literally every moment where the characters are scared of the butterfly, not realizing it's actually a harmless, normal monarch butterfly. A detail I like throughout the episode is that Wormy, the butterfly form, is chasing everyone, following everyone, presumably because SpongeBob and Patrick taught him to do that, by playing hide and seek and tag with Wormy, and that's why he's chasing everyone through town and stuff. Another thing I really like about the episode, they didn't follow through this at all, but Sandy has exotic pets. Obviously, I have unusual pets, not just dogs. Yeah, she has small little enclosure pets. I like that. A lot of times, I think, man, what if I got a hamster again? Then I remember, damn, it's gonna be dead in 2 years. This is the hamster I had before Curtis. She's dead. Very dead. Now I actually talk about the episode again. Funny moments. When Squidward says Looney Express, that is classic. Also, this entire news moment, where the fish specifically is freaking out, jumping out of a building over this news footage of just the monarch butterflies. That is comedy. That is the finest comedy. The peak! And another thing I really love is the scene where SpongeBob has a finger puppet of all of his friends. It's my headcanon. In every single episode of SpongeBob, he has a custom-made finger puppet of every single person he knows. Like in his pocket. That is the most in-character move for SpongeBob. I can't believe they didn't follow through with this. Damn, the episodic comedy show doesn't care about lore enough. The most iconic part of the episode gotta be the secret entrance to the Krusty Krab. The other most iconic part of the episode. This is one of the most memorable, funny moments. After Patrick and SpongeBob cause the mass hysteria about Wormy the butterfly, making everyone panic over the butterfly in Bikini Bottom, causing town to go on fire, SpongeBob says, "We did it, Patrick. We saved the city." Round of applause. Now I'm gonna answer the question. Is this episode still my favorite? No. If I think a little more critically, as a comedy-only episode, kind of ignoring the plot, it's not the funniest episode of SpongeBob. That probably goes to Chocolate Nuts. What I love about the episode, I think this is the best possible execution of the premise, the concept they had going into the episode, which is 11-minute time frame. Underwater creatures react to a caterpillar turning into a butterfly and they get really scared of it. It's like a horror movie parody type of thing, except the monster isn't scary at all, but it seems scary to the characters. A lot of people, if they ignore the jump scare thing, the spooky thing, they think this episode's kind of mid, and that's probably because the concept isn't that interesting. Compared to more well-liked episodes like Frankadoodle, SB129, you got a really interesting premise behind those episodes compared to just a butterfly. Butterfly is cool, but it's not the coolest idea. And we're talking about #1 best SpongeBob episode. Tough competition. The other reason why I'm saying this is no longer my favorite SpongeBob episode is because Band Geeks. We have a really good storyline, way more compelling than the Wormy episode. And it's like just as funny. Probably funnier than Wormy. Sorry, this is bad news. I have unfortunately changed to the boring answer of my favorite SpongeBob episode being Band Geeks. I'm no longer the cool, contrarian, #1 favorite episode is Wormy. That wasn't my idea when I was a kid, that was just the episode I happened to like most. And Wormy is still top 5 material. That's easy. It's gotta be in the top 5. But, #1, no. I'm kinda allergic to this t-shirt, by the way, so I'd probably stop this video soon. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I review stuff a tiny bit more often? I'm not planning on doing that much review stuff. But this, I have passion for, because no shit, favorite SpongeBob episode. Oh, if you're completely out of loop on modern SpongeBob seasons 10 plus, go back and watch Pickles one last time, because, bro, literally unwatchable episode. I can't watch it anymore. That's gonna be my #1 recommendation if you haven't seen any modern Bubble Bass appearances. Other recommendations, Graveyard Shift, Nasty Patty, those are better horror SpongeBob episodes compared to Wormy. It's a little bit more compelling storyline, I guess. Tiny bit better. I don't think they're that much better than Wormy, but they're a little bit better. I watched 7 episodes for this. Peak research. Name better research. Name better research than watching 5 episodes of a TV show. Name better qualifications than gaming YouTuber for reviewing SpongeBob. Can you do it? I was thinking, what if Wormy tattoo? I could be the first person to #1 Wormy fan? I might be. Believable. It's still not the best episode of SpongeBob though. Okay, gamers, I'm too allergic to this t-shirt. I'm gonna stop recording the video here. Like, comment, and subscribe, but only subscribe if you're here for the gaming videos. Because that's the main thing I make. Bye! 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 By the way, I'm not gonna be doing face cam stuff for a while. Probably not until I move to a different place. There isn't that good a potential where I currently live, basically.